Oh, we're recording. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we're going to hop right into a bunch of fun things today. So I told you guys last week that I was going to do a quick training on energy and expectation and mindset. So I think the biggest thing when it comes to this industry that I have seen in the last 10 years of working with people is that the very, very, very foundational step of going out and having success in this industry is having your mind right first and making sure that you're going out in the right headspace and in the right energy to attract the things that you really want back into your business. So I'm going to talk about a chart that I created that I used heavily in my business, and I still use it to this day because I truly, truly believe. And it's funny, I have like teachers using this. I have different real estate offices using this. I have a lot of different people that have kind of taken this little chart, and it was not really meant to be anything special. It was just meant to kind of be like a little bit of an energy check throughout the day, but it ended up kind of growing legs of its own. And it's funny, it's kind of a lot of the women that I work with in the industry, they use it with their kids even. So when their kids are about to do their homework, they're like, are you in the red zone or are you in the green zone? Let's get you into the green zone first, and let's go jump on the bed or run around the house or do something, get you in the right energy state before you're going to go do your homework. And I've seen this chart really shift a lot when it comes to just your awareness. If you are to really pay attention to the energy in which you're putting out on a regular basis, moment by moment, you'll end up having the right people, situations, and circumstances kind of show up in your experience really effortlessly and in the flow because you're on that same wavelength as those people, situations, and circumstances. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly so you guys can see this chart. But it's really funny how it all kind of started. It was an Excel spreadsheet that I created. It won't. Okay, now it is. Okay, hold on. It started with an Excel spreadsheet. Let me know if you guys can see that. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, cool. So I just I was working with a lot of different people, and I was the one that was getting all of the phone calls saying, Jess, it's not happening fast enough, or this person isn't calling me back, or this person just joined my team and quit on me. And I was getting all of these phone calls, and I was the person that had to pull people from the red and back into the green all day long. And I was like, I can't do this. This is not sustainable. I cannot, take care of 10,000 humans that are in the red zone on a regular basis and be their source of green zone energy. There's just no way. So I need to show people how to get into the green and stay there so they can attract the things that they wanted. And so I created an Excel spreadsheet with just these words on it. And I just highlighted it. And it's funny because it started out looking like a little like Jamaican flag, almost like Excel spreadsheet. It was like so random. And then I ended up having a graphic designer on my team just throw this together. And I would love to see the evolution of this, because this just was something that she threw together in just a matter of, a day or two before I was going to do an event with like 10,000 people. So this chart is something that I've literally watched people, if they start to really and truly check in on this on a regular basis, the way that I like to look at it is you have a return to sender on your energy at all times. So what is your return to sender? So if you're in the red, and a lot of us have been in the red zone before, and I know that we've all heard the saying, when it rains, it pours. So, and we get into the red, and then you spill your coffee on your shirt, and then you get in the car, and then you hit every red light, and then you get to work, and then this happens with your boss. And then it's just like, oh my gosh, is this never ending? Why am I having such a horrible day? This is just nonstop. But it can also rain and pour in the green too. And so that's the goal, is to have those synchronicities happen so back to back that you're like, oh my gosh, I am literally creating this at this point because I'm in such a good space and I'm having these return to senders on the right people, situations, and circumstances on a regular basis. So I have watched people, and you don't ever beat yourself up when you're in the red. You just don't stay there for too long, because whatever you focus on grows. Whatever you're focusing on, you're constantly attracting back to you. So the right people, situations, circumstances, and the right wavelength are going to be in that green zone energy. And what I found is that if you get into that green zone energy in the beginning of the day, it's way easier to go throughout your day. And instead of living this roller coaster life of a yellow zone kind of way of being, which is kind of the traditional way that most of us end up living our lives, is you're in the yellow, something good happens, you're happy. Something bad happens, you're in the red. And it's just this constant roller coaster of emotions based off of circumstances that are going on around you, instead of being deliberate, getting into a really solid space. And then when people are, different things are going on throughout your day, you can respond versus react to those things and really stay in that steady vibe. And when you're in that steady vibe, you're creating from a whole different place. So I have watched people in just a matter of 30 days just be conscious and aware of the thoughts that they're thinking and the things that they're putting out. And in 30 days, completely transform different things in their life, their business or relationships. Like across the board, I've watched transformations happen. It's really kind of mind blowing. But we think like literally 70,000 thoughts per day. And 90% of those thoughts are literally the same thoughts as you did yesterday and the day before and the day before the day before. So if you want a different reality, you kind of have to go out there and start being aware of the story that you're telling yourself, the thoughts that you're thinking, the things that you're putting out there. And when you're thinking things, they tend to start flowing out of your mouth, and you tend to start speaking them. And then when you start speaking them, then they become truth, and you start creating you start making decisions based on them and taking actions based on them. And that story is what you end up living out. And so you have to change this internal story. The business that you're creating in network marketing is so directly linked with the story that you're telling yourself within. It's unbelievable. When somebody shifts that story and they shift those thoughts from thinking those same 90% of the same thoughts, and they start shifting those and telling a different story and having a different reality, you're either an observer of your life, you're a visionary of your life. So if you're observing your life, you're constantly staring at what is and perpetuating more of what is. If you're a visionary of your life, you're staring at what is and you're very grateful for what is, but you know that it's temporary and that at any moment in time you can consistently change what that next reality is going to be, because you have a vision on where you're going. You're grateful for where you're at, but you have a vision that's actually pulling you towards something greater than the temporary reality that you're living. And so this chart will help you get there 10 times faster. And I mean, this chart is just a silly example. You can just know that the higher vibe state that you're in, the happier that you're in, the more content and grateful that you are for where you're at, the more you're going to continue to pull the things towards you that you're really excited. You're a magnet. You're seriously a magnet to the things that you want in your experience. It's mind blowing. I've watched this happen so many times. I have probably at this point 5 different coaching groups that are on like a green zone challenge, and the text messages and the group feeds that I'm in right now, things are showing up in their businesses. People and recruits are showing up in their businesses. Like literally customers are falling out of the sky in ways that they had never imagined. I actually say that as an affirmation, and it's an incredible affirmation. Distributors and customers are falling out of the sky. It is raining distributors and customers. And people think it's a joke at first, but I'm like, just start saying it. I promise you, it's crazy. Like, I'm a magnet to like-minded people. People want what I have. People are open and receptive to what I have. When I'm starting to say those things constantly, that's what I end up living out. That's what I end up attracting back. So I have so many cool, and when I was actually building really, really heavily with my team, I had affirmations that would go off on my phone from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. So I would have an alarm go off on my phone, and it would say, I'm a magnet to like-minded people. Distributors and customers are falling out of the sky. And it would alert me once an hour. It would literally pop up on my phone so that I had to see it and constantly keep it at the forefront of my mind. And I had the craziest stories. Like, you guys wouldn't even believe the stories that I had of customers and distributors falling out of the sky. There was one day that I was actually, I'm going to take it off of share screen so I can see you guys. But there was one day that I ended up having, oh wait, stop share. Okay. So I was on a plane, and I went and I was going out to visit some of my team at a different location, and I was on a plane, and I got on the plane, and I got off the plane and had a new distributor email, and it said, you just signed up a new distributor. And I was like, I wonder who it could be. And so I go on my phone, and I'm like stalking to see the name, and I go into the thing, and I don't know the person's name. And I was like, this is so weird. And I'm not joking. I've been saying this affirmation for only 5 days, and distributors and customers are falling out of the sky. I go on, and I go on social media because I'm like, I don't even know this person's name. I'm going to go stalk and see like if I can find this person, if I'd never met them before, and added them on social media. And I find her, and it's a girl that I met one time at a retreat, and we were in Sedona, and I never talked to her again. She somehow randomly decided to go on my Instagram, look at the things that I was doing, go ahead and sign up for a $500 package that I had never talked to her about, that she had never tried the products. And I give her a call because it has her phone number in the email. And I'm like, I didn't even know you were looking into this. And she's like, yeah, I didn't either, but I was stumbling across your page and I really am looking for something right now. And I just said, what the heck? And she went for it. And it was one of those kind of moments in my life where I was like, that was just one wink, like the nice little, whether you believe in God, universe, whatever it is that you believe in, a higher power. I had a nice little wink from that. And I was like, this is wild. It literally came to me while I was in the sky. It fell out of the sky. I was like, there's no other bigger wink that you can really give when you're in the sky. And that's something, I was like, this is like almost comical. So I get back to Miami and I end up I'm sitting on the beach and I got a call from someone. It was out of the blue. And this woman said, hi, I would like us to sign up as a distributor with you. And I was like, I actually thought it was somebody on my team pulling a prank on me. I actually thought it was somebody that was just joking with me and they were just messing with me. And it wasn't. It was a woman that had gotten my information from the company because she was a customer under customer under customer. And she called me out of the blue and she said, I called corporate and they told me that you were my go-to if I wanted to be a distributor. So I want to give you my social security number and my credit card right now. Can I please sign up with you? And this is the second time something fell out of the sky in less than 5 days of saying this affirmation. And I was in shock, literally in shock. And I had a third situation happen. And that was like my little mark where I was like, okay, this is really working. Like what you focus on grows. If you're staying in that positive expectancy, that with complete detachment of who, what, when, where, why, how it's going to show up, who the person's going to be, where they're going to come from. I just finally released all resistance and started having a ton of fun going out there and sharing this product, sharing this business that I believed in, knowing that the right people were going to show up in my experience. And then it all started to unfold in ways that I couldn't have ever even imagined or tried to put these pieces together in my mind. So I'm telling you these stories because first and foremost, you have to get in the right energy state and you have to know what you have. The belief in this business is so unbelievably important because people can't, if they don't feel the belief coming off of you, they're not going to believe in anything that you're sharing, you're selling, or anything. You have to have that belief in what you're doing. You also have to have belief in yourself. So if you don't have belief in yourself, that's something that I was lacking dramatically when I first got started in this industry that I had to focus on. I had to pour lots of personal development into myself because I was not that girl at 21 years old. I needed to grow. I needed to look in the mirror every single day and say, do I want to recruit you? And if the answer wasn't yes, then I needed to become the person that people actually wanted to I wanted to become the person I wanted to attract into this business. And so with that being said, there's a couple things that I did consistently energy-wise on a regular basis that I felt like really moved my life and business forward on a regular basis. First and foremost was waking up in a really good space and doing my personal development in the morning, whether it be 10 pages of a good book or 30 minutes of an audio while I was getting ready. That was what fueled my fire for the day. It set my mind up to be in a really, really good energy space. The other thing was visualizing, having a dream board or having something that was pulling me forward in some type of way. If you don't have a vision for something grander, your brain is constantly moving in the direction of your expectancy. If you have no expectations of where you want to go, the chances of you getting there are slim to none. It's the same. It's almost kind of the same as if you're car shopping and you are car shopping for a Jeep, and then you never really saw Jeeps on the road before, but now you're car shopping for a Jeep, and now everywhere you go, you see Jeeps everywhere. Your brain is moving in the direction of your expectancy at all times. You can't see all of the little synchronicities that pop up unless you're in that expectation mode and your brain is already prepped for that, just if that makes sense. So having those different things, like my planner, this is my planner. I have my dream board on the front and a whole different one on the back. And all this was, and I have this framed over my desk when I'm home as well, but it comes with me everywhere that I go, and I'm constantly looking at it. And I was looking at it this morning. It was so wild. I've actually had things in the last 30 days pop out of this dream board in different aspects of my life that I'm like I didn't even know where they were coming from or how they were going to show up. And I was looking at it literally this morning while I was visualizing and listening to a really high vibe song and kind of prepping my mind to be in the green zone today. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, oh my God, I've had multiple of these things happen recently. And I didn't even put two and two together until I was staring at it this morning. That's the type of thing that I want you to, we're kind of coming into a brand new start of this company. And I want to prep you guys for where you can go with this company. First and foremost, you won't go anywhere unless you have belief in yourself. Second, you won't go anywhere unless you start having belief in this company. And we're going to give you massive belief in this company as time goes on, as we have a chance to really show up and prove ourselves and, you know, deliver the things that you guys need to go out there and crush it in this business. But again, you've got to go take the initiative as well and start, you know, sharing this product, sharing this business, and sharing your excitement around where we are as a company and us moving forward together. So that's first and foremost, but the energy in which, and the vision that you're going to have, and the energy in which you do the activity in is so unbelievably important. I mean, it's really what's going to drive everything in this business for you. So I think that's what I really wanted to hit on today, was just, I can go into how-tos all day long. Like, strategy is something that I can give in my sleep. I've been doing this stuff for the last 10 years. But if you're not doing it in the right energy state, you're not going to get anywhere that you want to go. There's person A that's doing activity, person B doing activity. Person A is in the green doing the activity, person B is in the red doing the activity. The person A is 100% going to fly through the ranks in this company. Person B is going to sit at person A and say, why is she hitting all of these ranks, or why is he hitting all these ranks, but I'm not? And it's because the energy in which you're doing the activity in, and the expectation that you're in is not, it's not the foundation that you need to be in. You're just not going to attract the right people. You're going to probably attract a lot more red zone humans. You're going to go a little bit slower. It's kind of the same, take the stairs, take the elevator. I want you to do this business smarter, not harder. So I'm going to go into a lot of strategy throughout the next few weeks, but I really want to make sure you're doing it in the right energy state. I want you to get in the green, then do your business. Get in the green, then go talk to prospects. Get in the green, then go do your follow-ups. Don't do it from a red zone place. There's a difference between inspiration and motivation. Inspiration comes from within. It comes from looking at this dream board, having a vision for yourself, and then go taking the activity or go taking the action. Motivation and obligation comes from looking at your back office, seeing you're not where you want to be, and having a lack mentality and saying, oh, I got to go do this business because I'm not where I want to be. There's a very different energy in that when you're reaching out to somebody than there is when you're in this state of like, I know where I'm going and I know how I'm going to get there, and I want to share this with as many people to come along with me on this ride. There's a completely different energy there. So I just want to make sure that before we go into these next few weeks that we're kind of setting the tone and talking about this first, because this is the biggest game changer that I've seen in my business. I've done so much strategy over the years, but the 1%ers that if you're doing it in the right energy state, the activity is just so much more in the flow and it'll happen so much easier for you. So let me see if there's anything else that I wanted to hit on. So next week I'm going to really go into more of the recruiting trainings and more of the product trainings, but I'm going to leave you with this. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So when you're sharing with people what they need to, or what why you're so excited about this company, or why we're so excited about these products, I just want you to make sure that you're sharing transformation, and you're speaking into either a pain point that they have or some desire for pleasure that they have. So those are the two things that speak people's language. And transformation is what will enroll somebody. So people don't, there's a reason that Apple is so successful, or that even just car commercials in general, we're talking about cars, that Jeep, they don't show, when you're watching a car commercial, they don't say, here are all of the different details about the car. Here's the engine size, and here's how fast it'll go. And they don't do that. They give you the ridiculous drone footage experience of this car going through this ridiculous mountain. And then right at the very end, they go, with this type of engine, with this type of interior, with this type, they hit on all of those little what's at the very end, but they give you the experience first. You're feeling the experience of this car going through this whole mountain, and you being in that car, and you're like, wow, that's such a cool, setup. And then they give you all the what's at the end. The same thing for network marketing. People don't buy the what's. They buy the transformation and the feeling. So there's a video called How Great Leaders Inspire Action, and I'll make sure that it ends up in the Facebook group. But this actually talks about how brains make decisions. And we don't make decisions based off of logic. We make decisions based off of feeling, and then we back it up with logic. So having that feeling, what did it take for you to get signed up in HempSmart? What did it take for you to buy the products? What did it take for you to get excited about the business? When you ask yourself that question, was it just, somebody just showed you a bunch of details about CBD, or was it the experience that you had using the product? And then what was that experience that you had? If you've ever, for me personally, when I first got introduced to the industry, my boyfriend at the time came home and he said, Jess, we're going to sign up with this amazing skincare company. They've got these incredible products and they've got this awesome comp plan. Didn't speak my language in any way, shape, or form. None of it. Like what's, no whys. If he had come home and he said, Jess, I finally found a way for us to be able to give back to our family and to travel and to do, pay off debt and to do things we never thought we'd be able to do. I really want you to check this out. I would have said, where is it? And what do I need to look at? Let's look at it right now. And then that third party that he would have shown me would have taken him out of the equation. And it would have actually allowed me to be open and receptive to what he was showing me. But because he came home and he was talking about what's, and not speaking my language, first and foremost, I was an esthetician. He was telling me about a skincare company and he washes his face with shampoo. Lost me already. The second was he was talking about a comp plan. I'm not numbers driven. So I was like, this isn't going to do it for me. I really didn't think anything. I didn't really want to be in network marketing. So he lost me again. So when you're sharing things with people, you have to share from a heart-centered place on the transformation that you've had with these products or the transformation that you're having with this business. And when you share that, or where you see this is going. So where were you at when HempSmart showed up? What has HempSmart done for you, products or business, and where do you see this going? So for me, when I first started using these products in network marketing, I was so unbelievably blown away with what it did for my skin that I literally had a story that when I was first introduced to this product, this literally helped me walk out of the door with a bigger smile on my face and have more confidence in myself. To me, that's priceless. I would share that for free. And I would say that to people. I would actually say, look, I stumbled upon something, or my boyfriend at the time put a bottle in my hand that literally transformed the way that I walked out of the door. And I say yes to life in a completely different way. I'm not sure if this product would be for you, but if you are struggling with your skin, this would be worth checking out. And so when somebody had a skin issue, I was able to speak into the listening of that problem and solve that problem, and at least make them open to seeing what it was. Now, if somebody is not, if I'm not talking about product with somebody and I'm calling up my girlfriend and saying, girl, I have no idea if this would be up your alley, but I found a way to finally be able to pay off some debt, give back to my family and travel. And I'm really excited about this. Not sure if it'd be up your alley, but I know with everything that's going on, another stream of income is not going to hurt anything. So I would love for you to check out what I've got going on. Again, not sure if it'd be up your alley, but worst case, you probably know some people this could help. Nobody's going to say no to checking that out. Nobody. So what my goal for you guys is in this next week is to work with Skylar to get a video prepared that you guys can send out to people and actually have as that first touch point that shares the product, shares the business. And then I'm going to do a recruiting training next week on really how the words that you can use and how to go about sharing it with people and how to go about sending that video out and following up with people and all of that good stuff. So I just want to kind of plant the seed in your brain. When you are talking to people out there, stay away from the what's and have the what's be more, stay focused in on solving a problem that somebody has, the transformation that you had, and sharing more of your why, and then the what's to kind of fall back on logically, if that makes sense. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Awesome. Okay, cool. So I'm going to open this up. If you guys have anything, comments to add or anything at all, please let me know. But I'm super stoked to be on with you guys next week, and let's go have a really, really fun week. There's so many things in the works with behind the scenes. You guys have no idea what's happening. I can only tell you that we have so many cool things that are in the works for you guys, from product packs to PDFs to resources to things to send to prospects to it is all happening for all of you guys. I promise you it's on its way. And every single week we'll be keeping you updated on anything new. So if anybody has anything, pop it in the chat. And if not, then we're going to wrap this thing up. And
I had a quick question. Did
Yeah.
anybody buy the cream promotion? I was supposed to get a report and I didn't get the report. Did any of you guys buy 2 creams, get 1 free?
I have an affiliate who contacted me this week and she bought 2 face creams
Okay.
and she didn't get the 3rd one free. So I emailed Joel last night.
Okay, they were supposed to have that fixed. Good, I'm glad I asked so I can stay on top of it.
And I had an issue with the free pain cream trial. The form is not working. When they put the credit card in, it's not working. You tried it multiple times.
You mean
Joel
where
said,
you buy it and you get it and then you pay after 15 days, that special?
yes. So I talked to Joel and Joel said they looked at it and there was a glitch because they changed credit card processors or something.
Ah.
But then he said he went back and he tried it and he fixed it. And I went back to the customer. I said, okay, it's fixed now. And he still says it's not working.
Broken still.
At this point, I lost him because of that.
Okay, all right, I will get on it. And you know what, in the future, Bruce, if you ever have something like that, it's great to reach out to Joel, but if you guys would CC me too, because then I'll make sure that if it's something with the by design or the web developer or whoever, and get it fixed immediately.
Good to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Stacy, I'll be all over making sure that she gets her refund or however that works, that she bought 2. And
She wants her 3rd one. Yeah, she wants her 3rd one.
Yeah.
So thanks. Okay.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
No refund, no refund. The 3rd cream. She wants
Right,
the
the
3rd.
third. I understand. I heard it. Yeah. Stevie.
Awesome. I got all of you guys' emails. I just copied and pasted them, and I'm going to send that chart out to you guys. So I put my number in the chat as well. If anybody else wants the chart, just shoot me a text, and I'll send it to you.
Awesome.
All right. Well, let's go have a killer week, and I will see all of you guys next Monday. So stoked.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Have a wonderful week, you guys.
You too. Bye-bye.
Hey, Glenn,
Yes.
do you